Okay, so I have my phone on my windowsill, so if I have to keep looking down, it's because my windowsill's a little bit lower than my head. And also because there's the best light here. It's still daylight, actually. Daylight saving started today, which is why I'm probably so tired and my makeup looks really retarded. But I'm going to go through the makeup brushes that I have and what I use them for, just because I want to. So I keep mine in like the bottoms of plastic bottles. I cut off from a distance, it looks like they're in little cute glass jars. But when they're up close, you can tell it's plastic. Not that I really care, and I have like a ring here. Okay, so I'm going to start with my face brushes. I have my pillow on my lap. The first one's my Models Prefer Professional 105 stippling brush. So it's a big stippling brush I use for foundation. Sometimes for powder. If I'm in a big rush, I'll use it for my powder too. Mostly just for foundation and stuff like that. So I've used this every day. I haven't cleaned it in a while and it doesn't look that dirty because I wipe it after every single use. My makeup's come off a bit over here because I went to work and I had a hat on and everything. But yeah, I use it to stipple my foundation on or concealer. Yeah. And then I have an e.l.f. small stipple brush. I use this for concealer or finer, more detail like under my eyes or the sides of my nose or around my mouth or even over my eyebrows. Just where the big one will miss. So I use this one for concealer, and I also have one that I use for bronzer and contouring because these are really good with powder and it's the perfect size for just contouring there. I haven't contoured today because I was at school, at work, but yeah. This was $18.95 and this was $8, yeah, e.l.f. stipple brush. This is what my first brush my mum ever gave me, and I used to only take this one. This would be the only face brush I ever took with me because I used to use my hands to put my foundation on. This used to be the only brush I took with me because it was small. It's a blush brush, but I use it for blending out contouring and sometimes for blush. I don't really use it that much anymore since I found my other one, but I do use it. You can't really see it, but it's by the brand Princess. It was my mum's, and I think it was one of her first makeup brushes too. But yeah. I have an EcoTools powder brush, big powder brush. Obviously I use it for all my powder. It's really soft. And when I used my liquid foundation, my powder foundation, that's what I use this for as well. And it's just really soft and nice. And then I have these double-ended Avon ones. I'll start with the pink one. There's just your regular powder brush up here. This one this brush itself I don't really use. And then a foundation brush here. I've used this one once, this end, and it was horrible. So I don't know if I'll like cut the bristles off and use it to make my own brush or something, but yeah. And the powder side I use for my translucent powder. This I use for pressed powder if I use a liquid foundation, or my powder foundation, and this one is for my translucent one. It's a big fluffy powder brush. This end I never use. And then this other Avon one I've got, supposed to be a contouring one, but I don't really use it for that. I use it to set the powder under my eyes because I don't use, if I use my powder foundation, I don't use the powder to set the concealer underneath my eyes because for some reason it always like overrides it to make it look like I'm not even wearing concealer under my eyes. In fact, I think it almost makes under my eyes worse. So I just use translucent powder under my eyes and it looks a lot better. And then this end is my blush brush because it's like the bristles fan out, and the blush that I use is like a tan colour. It's e.l.f. Peachy Keen, and it just, when I do that with it, it's able to give me like that perfect glow on my cheeks, which is why I use it. So that's all my face ones. I'm going to put these over here. Now I have this jar of yeah, this is actually a lip brush. It came with a lip liner end, but I didn't like it, so I cut the bristles off. And this end, it looks horrible, but I was using it for a special effects thing the other week to try and make it look like I had a cut here. Oops, I drew on my face. But it's actually a lip brush, and I do use it for a lip brush. Apart from that one time, I haven't cleaned these yet, but I'm going to clean these right after this video. I have this like square, bristled, rectangular fluffy brush. If I'm in a big hurry, this will be one of the only brushes I use. It's really soft. It's from that Colour Co palette I think I had. I got rid of all the brushes but this, and I use this for like actually placing the eyeshadow in my outer corner of my crease, and it's really soft. And then because I placed the eyeshadow in my crease with that, I blend it out with my Avon big blending brush. It's identical to the MAC 224. I just blend it out like that. Sometimes I'll put colour, like dab this into the colour. If I think it needs more, I'll dab it into the eyeshadow and put it on, but most of the time I don't need to. I have a EcoTools concealer brush, but I don't use it for concealer. I use it for eyeshadow because I've got the stippling brush for concealer. So this is for eyeshadow. I have an EcoTools angled eyeliner brush. This eyeliner brush I use only for my upper lash line. Now I've only got eyeshadow as my eyeliner up here. I don't have pencil, liquid or anything up there. It's just eyeshadow on my brush and I put it there. This is the only, regardless if I use pencil, sometimes I still put eyeshadow over liquid just because I want to, and it just sets it a lot better, particularly if it's a smoky look. But this is the only one I use for my upper lash line, just because the bristles are so compacted together. I get that very easy line, like there, see? I get that very easy line. I have one of these lash and brow ones. It's got mascara on it and it's dirty because my cat played with it. But yeah, I just use this to brush my eyebrows, and this one you can use for your eyelashes. I have an e.l.f. C eyeshadow brush, big one. I will use this for lid and then putting eyeshadow into my crease. It's what I use today. I will use it for putting, like if I just put it there and there, or blending my outer corner. This is what I use the brush for. I only got it like a few days ago. It's very, very dense. It's a very, very dense, thickly compacted thickly compacted bristles. So it's very good also for pigments, or like loose pigments or eyeshadows that like fall apart or very easy. It's very good for that. And yeah, I have an EcoTools eyeshadow brush. Obviously I use this just for my eyeshadow onto my lid, my highlight sometimes, and this one is so soft. And then I have an e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush. Obviously it's only like really short bristles, but I use this for my lid and sometimes my highlight too. Then I have two of each of these sorts of brushes. I've got two of it's supposed to be the concealer and brow bone highlighting brush from Avon, but honestly I just use these as eyeshadow ones. This one I do use as your brow bone highlighting one sometimes, particularly to get that finer detail up here. This came in the first kit I got, and then the second kit I got, the bristles are different, see? This one they're darker, and it's a lot longer. Not that I really care. These ones again I just use for eyeshadow brushes. And then I have two of the ones that are blending and angled. This bigger one, you can see I use this for actually blending and stuff like that. Like if I'm traveling and I have a very small amount of things I can take, this will be my blending brush. And this little one, because it's more compacted, this is the one I use to put the eyeshadow on my eyes just there. And these angled ones I use for eyeshadow there, and occasionally I'll use this one, which is the bit fluffier one, for my upper lash line, but not very often. Mostly these are just for under my eyes here. So, I'm going to go clean my brushes now. I hope that was helpful. Sorry this video is all over the place, and I'll see you next time.